If you're anything like me and have a million things on your plate at all times, the holiday season probably makes all that catch up with you pretty quick, and you're going to start procrastinating on most of those things that you have to get done right around this time of year. Most likely, one of those things is buying gifts for your friends and family. Well, if you have someone like me as one of your friends and family, then you probably have someone who would really appreciate something disc golf related as a gift around the holiday times. For Vlogmas Day 6, I'm gonna give you 10 last minute gift ideas for a friend, family member, loved one, partner, whoever, for this time of year. Gift idea number 1 is a mini, but not just any mini. Well, I guess you could do any mini, but in particular, I was thinking more along the route of a homemade custom mini. So if you're good at woodworking, you could make a little disc and engrave something on there, or wood burn it or something, or maybe make a little metal mini out of scrap metal that you have laying around, or if you have a 3D printer, make one out of plastic and put their name on it. They're about 4 inches in diameter. You can pretty much put anything you want on them, and it really just has to be a disc. It doesn't even really have to fly. And I guarantee if you get something personalized for someone, they're going to be using it for a round in the future. Gift idea number 2. This is one I thought of recently, and I don't know if I've heard anyone else ever talk about this, but I think it would actually be pretty useful for pretty much any disc golfer to have handy, and that is a shoe dryer. Sort of like a portable shoe dryer that you can put in your shoes, and they kind of warm them up and dry them off. I've had a lot of times during rounds, if I brought the wrong shoes or just stepped in a big puddle, now my shoes that I brought with me are super wet, and I might have brought an extra pair of socks, but I'm not going to want to change my shoes. And if I have an hour in between the round, or say I have 2 rounds in a row, one day after another, I might just want to dry my shoes in between both of those, and having a way to do that efficiently would be super helpful to pretty much anyone. Number 3 is pretty simple, but it's going to work for everybody, and that's an infinite disc gift card. It's pretty hard to buy discs for people because a lot of people have a bag that they have figured out pretty well, and they may be open to trying out new discs or brands, but if they're anything like me, they probably have a pretty specific set of discs in their bag that they like to have, and it's unlikely that one you're going to buy for them without a lot of knowledge is going to help them. So get them a gift card, and that'll probably do the best in that situation. Gift idea number 4 is a Whale Sac, birdie bag, or other hand drying tool. Pretty much everyone I know that plays disc golf, either casually or in a tournament, has at least one of these in their bag, and they're invaluable to have during rounds, during warm days, wet days, pretty much any day. Even in the fall I'm using them because my hands get super sweaty during pretty much every single round unless it's really dry and cold outside. The Whale Sacs website has a ton of different options that are all pretty fun, and I haven't looked, but I'm willing to bet that they have some Christmas options as well. Number 5, if you have a friend who plays a lot of tournaments and doesn't already have one, you should definitely get them a tripod stool. I got one of these and actually have 2 now, and I bring 2 with me to a lot of tournaments where if I have a caddy or a friend or someone that comes along with me, having 2 is actually really useful because a lot of times during these tournament rounds, they can last 3, 4, I've even had ones last 5 hours long, and standing around with a bag on your back that entire time can be super tiring. So having a stool to be able to sit down on and rest your legs during those long rounds is really good and is a great gift idea. Number 6, and this one's gonna sound maybe a little silly if you don't play disc golf, but this is something I only recently got for myself, and it's a good disc golf umbrella. Now, I did have like a small umbrella, one of those ones about this size that extends out, but it's pretty flimsy. It doesn't really cover my bag. A nice full size, it doesn't have to be necessarily a disc golf umbrella, but a nice full size umbrella, one that doesn't really collapse down, something that's sturdy and can sit on the ground and be over your bag and cover you when you have a big disc golf bag on your back or have a cart, are really useful to have during rounds when it's raining. I've played a lot of rounds in the rain with just a raincoat, and let me tell you, it is super useful to have an umbrella during those times. Number 7, and this one is a little bit more expensive, but in terms of last minute gift ideas, pretty easy to get. It's gonna be a rangefinder. I got a rangefinder this past year, and it's super useful. A lot of times when I'm trying to get up and down from anything from 200 to 100 feet away, maybe I'm 150 away and I range it and I was going to try and jump putt, but I realized, if I can only jump putt 100 feet, I don't want to be 50 feet away. And if I'm 250 feet out and think I'm 200, I don't want to overthrow by 50. So having a rangefinder during a round is super useful, and Although it's a little expensive, I think it becomes something that anyone could find useful in their bag.
$425. I'm going with the ESP Nuke.
Number 8 is going to be a little niche, but I thought I'd put it on this list anyway because I think pretty much anyone who's into professional disc golf will find this gift to be super nice and be super grateful for, especially if it's something that you can share with them, and that's going to be a ticket to a Pro Tour event that's nearby to you. If you live in an area where you know there's going to be a Pro Tour event, I highly recommend taking someone along with you or buying tickets for someone to go see one of those events. As someone who went to their first Pro Tour event this year, I think it's a super cool experience to go out and see what I've only seen on YouTube coverage in person and experience what it's like to be at a Pro Tour event for the first time. You can go to the Disc Golf Pro Tour's website and look through all of the tour stops that they're going to be going to next year and see if there's going to be an event nearby to you. Number 9 is a nice polyester disc golf polo. I recently bought a couple extra of these from the Dude Disc Golf website. They have really great polos for really great prices, or you can get them from their favorite disc golf brand, or I'm sure their favorite pro disc golfer has some merch for a nice polo or a nice shirt that they can have. It's always good to have extra shirts and polos to wear on the course. If you look good on the course, well, then you're gonna be playing good on the course. Number 10 is my most recent disc golf purchase, I'm pretty sure, and it's kind of related to these guys that I have right here, and that is a mini basket. I think a mini basket's actually really cool, especially if you're someone like me and lives in an area that gets a lot of snow during the off season. If you have as much fun with it as I do, then you'll surely be entertained with it for the many cold months that you have to sit through until you can get out playing disc golf again in nice warm weather and playing tournaments again. And if you have kids, they'll probably love it too. So that's my last minute Vlogmas video for 10 last minute gift ideas. I hope they were helpful. I hope they helped you find a gift for someone this holiday season. I'll see you next time. Peace.